Youssef. Hello, Sherif.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing great, I'm sure. Last week when I was on with Diane, I said the same thing. How's everybody doing? And I went like this. Is there
Yeah.
anybody out there? I think that most people watch these afterwards. But anyway, thank you for joining me today once again to
Always a
talk
pleasure.
about, we're going to be talking today about creating a competitive advantage,
Yes,
which is an
yes.
interesting topic.
It is because it's whether you're a company, a small company or a large company, or whether you're a professional, we all want to, think that we are the best, or what we're offering is the best. So it is about that differentiation, right? Of our company, our brand. Maybe not just our company brand, maybe it's our personal brand. This is maybe something that we were just speaking about earlier. Um, and differentiating our product from the competitors. And we all want to make that these products and our brand more appealing to our customers and potential customers, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, it is an interesting topic, and obviously a lot of companies are, well, all companies are trying to do this at the moment as they grow and as they go. It definitely generates a greater value for the company, for the brand, because of certain strengths or certain conditions, and the more stable you're able to get your competitive advantage, the more difficult it is for your competitors to match your presence or your status, and that's very important. The
Yeah.
more your competitive advantage is stable, then it makes it harder for any of your competitors to to reach you, basically, or try to match you. Um,
Tell us before we get into the meat of it. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do, and your offer in the network, things like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I forgot. I got right into the group. My name is Sherif, and I am a marketing consultant, and I do marketing consulting for small business and professional services. And I've been doing this now for, excuse me, for almost 4 years. And before that, it was all corporate for me, and I did some public relations with one of the bigger public relations agencies in Egypt. But it was mostly corporate, large organizations where I learned all my marketing, and then I decided to go independent in 2017. Um, Other than the consulting work that I do, I also teach marketing to one of Toronto's private colleges, marketing and some business administration courses. And I also have an offer on the Self Achievement Network Marketplace, which is a marketing assessment, whereby I offer an assessment for whoever requires one, where I will sit with them for an hour, understand their pain points, understand where their marketing efforts would like to be, and then I will come back to them with a plan, 6 month plan, that will take their marketing efforts to the next steps. Implementation is also an option on the table as well.
Yeah, that's great. And Sharif is also the admin for the Self Achievement Network Marketing Hub, one of our subgroups that's attached to our main group. And so if you have any marketing questions, or if you have anything that you'd like to add, value that you'd like to bring to that group, please get a hold of Sharif and make it happen. So, okay, creating is the key word there, a competitive advantage. So it's not like it's something that just happens out of thin air. We want to create it.
Yeah, because typically all companies, when they come into the market, especially when they're coming into the market maybe with a new product, or maybe they're just launching into the market strongly, and they do have some kind of competitive advantage. But as things grow, and as the company grows, and then as competition become more aware, then the competition grows, and then that competitive advantage just starts getting lost. So that's why these companies have to find different things that that they're better at, and try to come up with something that is more competitive, basically. And I mean, if you look at the large brands, every one of them has come through a sort of a lull, and then they come back up again, finding something new, finding a new offering. Maybe it's a price advantage, maybe it's a like a more complete offering. It's just you just keep on seeing these every day with the big brands. So with smaller brands and with smaller companies, and also with professionals, we also need to do that as well. So we need to find something that would make us more competitive, make us more unique, in order to differentiate ourselves from our competitors in the market, right?
Yeah. And I was just thinking, I mean, you know, what am I trying to say? It's like it's kind of a slippery slope, because when we think about that, we want a competitive advantage is that we want to show or present ourselves as a better service, a better product, whatever. And I have seen recently, I can't remember what it was. I was looking for something online, and they were talking about the different features of this product. And it was the one that they were making it stand out was like, it didn't make any sense. It was like the worst one. I'll think of it in a minute while you're talking. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like we have to. Is it just a perception, or does it have to be? I mean, it needs to be something that's legit.
Yeah, it has to be. Well, I can't see tangible. I can't say tangible, but it has to be a differentiator. If you're a lawyer or a doctor's office or a dental practice or something, you still need to have something different. You still need to offer something different. Why would I choose you unless my insurance asks me to choose this one? You know, but why would, if I'm independent and I want to go do my teeth or something, why would I choose this dental office over that one? So they must have something different, even if it were the customer service. Well, the customer service. Well, I say it even if, but it's huge. I mean, this is what all companies are in the market for, right? To provide good customer service, and then therefore keep their customers loyal. So any one of these, you look at the fast food chains, they come out with offerings every now and again, and they are pretty much tangible, and they're all usually around the price and the positioning of the sandwiches, and the type of offering, adding add-ons here and add-ons there, and these types of things. Sometimes it's discounts, like right off the bat discounts. So any kind of advantage that would make it you know harder for your competitor, and then people will go to your brand rather than choosing your competitor. It is definitely harder when it comes to services. It's how trying to differentiate, like I said, a lawyer or a doctor or somebody like a professional service, definitely difficult to differentiate. But I mean, we have to find a competitive advantage, that's for sure.
Hmm. I remembered the example.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty lame. So my wife and I are looking for a juicer that we can put on the counter and like put an orange in there or a grapefruit, and then pull the handle down and it squeezes the thing out, right? Instead of having a motorized one. We
Mm-hmm.
had one of those in the past. It just makes a big old mess, right? So anyway, the point was that this features are on there. It was like easy grip handle. So I'm looking at this picture, and then I'm looking at that picture, and they look almost exactly identical. I'm thinking easy grip handle. Like, what the hell is that?
Well, they're thinking that this is the advantage, or one of the advantages at least. We spoke so many times about like the unique selling proposition, remember, right?
Yeah.
And it comes it ties in very nicely with the competitive advantage. Um, it is what makes the company unique. It is what makes the product different, and we got to find these things. Now, I know the unique selling proposition is more of an overall type of look at things, but a competitive advantage can be dynamic, can be changing. It can be according to the product, according to different products. So that's why fast food companies have these different offerings. Like I said, maybe also the beverage companies like Coke and Pepsi and all these guys. So, but it does tie in very nicely with the unique selling proposition of a company.
Okay.
Now, there are two main types of competitive advantage, which are comparative advantage and differential advantage. And from the names, comparative, and this is how a company is able to deliver a product or service that more efficiently than its competitors, which leads to higher margins, and therefore creates a comparative advantage. So when you compare, then you see that this product is better than that one, and at the same time you choose it, and then at the same time the company is making a better profit margin. So this is where you have a sort of a price advantage over your competitor,
Mm-hmm.
and consumers will typically choose the cheaper of any two perfect substitutes. So if they are pretty much the same, then you typically will choose the cheaper of two substitutes. And an example here would be gas prices, for example. So you want to go and fill up on gas, and you know that the gas station right next to your home is less than another one, which by, let's say, 3 cents or 4 cents or something. Doesn't happen, but I mean, let's say about 3
Yeah.
cents or so.
Okay.
But again, it's you are going to wait until you get to that one, rather than filling up on gas with another one that is 3 cents or 4 cents higher. And this is comparative advantage, because the product is, it's pretty much the same. It's like a substitute product, and at the same time one is cheaper than the other, so you typically would go to the cheaper option, right? This is what happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, but then of course, I mean that's a good example, and people are going to say, well, this gas is better than that because it has additives that clean the engine and da 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 da.
Yeah, and I can't argue with that. I mean, a lot of people would have their own. You know, I would go for the one that I have a loyalty card with, for example. So I would choose the gas station that I have a loyalty card with. So even though I will choose the one that is also closer to my home, also. So I guess it is still a competitive advantage, because the one that I go to that gives me 3 cents per liter off every time I use my bank card, which is associated with that loyalty card. Yeah, so that is a competitive advantage right there.
Right.
Right?
Okay. Makes sense. Totally.
So comparative advantage is mainly concerned about the economies of scale in order to gain a price advantage over other brands. Sometimes companies will go to manufacture their products in areas where the overall production cost is cheaper than manufacturing it at their own current location. And examples here will sometimes companies go to manufacture maybe in China and areas in the Far East, just to gain that competitive price advantage on the production cost.
Right. You're bringing up gasoline prices and you're bringing up China. So these are two like hot, very hot things.
Did I poke the bear?
Yeah. Especially here in the US. I mean, we're driving down the street now and gas prices, I don't know about there in Toronto, but they have gone up 50 cents
We're
in the last couple
we're feeling it because of what happened in Texas.
You know, there's so many BS stories, it's ridiculous. They canceled the pipeline. You know, the barrel price per barrel, and OPEC is, you know, I mean, it's just like, who the hell do you believe?
I know. That's so much of that we go through every day. But anyway, we're not gonna touch on these hot topics anymore. let's
Political. We're gonna
let's
have
go.
people.
Yeah, let's go on with our discussion here.
Yeah, we're gonna get hate mail pretty soon,
Exactly.
and then we'll be canceled.
Yeah, yeah, we don't want to do that. Um, so yeah, comparative advantage is the first type, which is, like I said, mainly concerned about price advantage, and then the other one is differential advantage, and this is when a company's products or services differ from competitors' offerings, and they are seen as superior or better. And sometimes it is just about technology that is used, maybe a stronger brand that has been built over the years, maybe the type of innovation that it offers. And these are all drivers for differential advantage. And Apple is one of the prime examples, or actually is a prime example for offering a differential advantage. It creates innovative product. They all support its leadership of the brand, and their products are definitely different from other products. I mean, yeah, you compare to other phone manufacturers all over the world, and yes, I mean, they do offer very high technology and a lot of options and a lot of services. However, still, Apple do have that differential advantage based on their brand, based on their innovation, based on their the for some people, not me, but for some people, the completeness of their offering. The iPhone, the iPad, the Apple TV, the whole Apple
Right.
offering.
The whole, yeah.
So that's a differential advantage as well in its own.
Yeah, that's an easy one to see, and they certainly have created products. I've seen the evolution. We all have.
Yeah.
My wife used to sell their products, and
Mhm.
we had a house full of them, and not every single one of them was perfect. And the evolution of the technology and everything, and the design. People. That's why people pay for it, right?
Yeah, 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 exactly. This is it. This is the differential advantage. This is what people actually pay for. Exactly. Very nicely said. Um, so what we're trying to say is that that companies need that special something to attract new customers and keep them coming back. And in order to do that, there are three ways of doing it. First of all, there's the cost advantage, as I mentioned before, and the cost advantage you can gain that from skilled workforce, maybe finding inexpensive raw materials, controlling your costs, so you know your operation. You've been doing it for a long time, so your operation is getting better, and therefore you are achieving economies of scale, and obviously efficient operation and creating maximum value to your customers. So the cost advantage is all material, as we can see. The other one is about product differentiation. Also, we've seen that example, as we mentioned, Apple, product or service having a unique value and a unique offering for your consumers. And again, I would tie that to the unique selling proposition also. So trying to be different from the brand downwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And third is addressing a different niche, a different target customer profile, target market profile. In other words, I would say fish in a different lake. So in
That's
order to do,
that's
sorry,
that's the street version of whatever the technical term was. Fish in a different pond.
fish in a different pond. It is, well, yeah, it is. It
The
is.
Egyptian version.
Maybe I lost the word pond, but it is about looking elsewhere. Don't look where everybody's looking. Choose a different target market profile, and try to sell your product there where you are unique, you are different, and you're offering something that is not being offered. And this is all about the creating that competitive advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of the examples, I do have a few examples here. You know, when you go to grocery stores and then you have self-checkouts.
Right.
For some people, especially in these days, COVID days, it is a competitive advantage. Some people would like to go. I mean, I was telling my boys the other day, we wanted to go to shop at Costco, and there's one Costco that is pretty close to our home, and this one has a self checkout. Because if you go into Costco, you cannot imagine the lineup. Well, you can imagine. The lineup is just like from beginning of the store all the way to the end.
Right.
So if you have that, well, I was looking for the self-checkout store. Not all the stores in my area have self-checkout. So that in itself is a competitive advantage that made me go to that specific Costco and shop there.
Hmm.
Right?
Interesting. But they still get
Oh yeah, it is an actual live. It is an actual example. I mean, this just happened a couple of weeks ago.
right.
Um, so yeah, that's one example. There's also definitely the when you go to fast food chains and then they have these kiosks where you do your order, place your order, the self-service kiosks. Again, that also is a competitive advantage because it offers something that not all fast food chains offer.
Hmm.
So that's another thing. Um, so yeah, there's a few examples, and also Pinterest as a social media platform. It offers a platform to share different interests using images. Again, a competitive advantage over all other types of social media platforms. So, I mean, if you look around you, there are so many companies, so many brands that offer something different. And this is what we should be doing as well.
Yeah.
We should be doing for our businesses. So the best thing is to have that conversation and to try to find this out. I speak with some customers or a customer here and there, and then I ask that question. So how can we do this? How can we do that? And in my mind, I want to create that competitive advantage for them, because they do have, well, believe it or not, they all have something that can be unique, but it just needs digging.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, and I think the other thing is, I mean, I've been in business, many times, and like my father and I had a sandwich shop, a delicatessen, and there was another one that was probably maybe about, I don't know, about 10 minutes away. Maybe it was 3 or 4 miles away. And I used to go over there and take a look and see what they were doing, so that we could, change up what we were doing and have,
Yeah.
you know, and this is how it is. I mean, this is not anything new. But
Nope, it isn't.
if we don't make the effort to see, and we just go about doing what we think is the right thing to do, then we don't create the competitive advantage, and then we don't have any idea. Well, why is our business down this month? So
But that is a perfect example, the one that you just mentioned. I mean, yeah, a lot of companies do that. They look at their competitors, they see what they're offering, and then they try to overcome them.
right, one up,
Yeah. Yeah.
leapfrog, and we've seen that a million times.
Leapfrog. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
right,
So basically, what I would like to say is that, you know, dig deep, use somebody professional that can help you with that, use a marketing person that can help you with that, develop an advantage, position it well, and then take a step ahead of your competitors, because this market, I mean, we're all in the market for selling our businesses and selling our products. So we need to be different. We need to offer something different.
right. And that's what makes capitalism such an amazing thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. We have
Amen.
to do that. Okay. Wow. Great. Well done.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And open to questions. If anybody has any questions,
Sure.
please send them through to the feed.
Very good. And if anybody has any advice or wanted to share some, some I don't know, some ideas about the Self-Achievement Network and how we could be different, please type them in. Say, hey, well, this is what I see, and give us some feedback. We'd love to hear it. So
that's a great idea, actually. Yeah.
All right, Sherif, thank you again so much. We'll see you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
We will be back here next Friday.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Terrific.
Enjoy your weekend.
I will. You do the same. It's going to be it's going to be a honeydew weekend.
Okay.
You heard that before?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right, man. Be well. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time, next Friday, same time, same place. And be well. Remember to have fun and stay inspired.